I have decided that we shall stay in this generalized vicinity. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. Folks, I hate to break it to you, but the Ackbar Omicron's actually good. This is isolated from the Leia one. I have no idea if that one's good, but I have 3 videos here that it's going to show you guys what the Ackbar Omicron does. Some of them have Leia in it, but they do not have the Omicron. So they're separate, they're isolated, and so we can actually take a look at what his teams do. And it's good at all levels, actually, guys. I just finished facing a guy who had it on my main account, and it's good. It's very impressive. It's crazy, guys. It's like a life hack. It's a life hack bar, if you will. So let's actually, I'll show you guys the mechanics, and I'll show you the footage of those 3 fights, and I'll send you on your merry way. How does that sound? Let's skedaddle. Let's do it, guys. Let's get to the game first. Whoa. Madness. We're near the fish. It always cracks me up, guys. They're the Mon Calamari. Like, were we intended to eat them? I don't know. Like, are we supposed to think like, oh, look at that, like fish? Like, they're fish, but they're our friends. Fish are our friends. I don't know. Like, it's just a very strange thing, guys. Very strange thing. Anyways, let's move on. So I want to show you guys. Let's look at the mechanics of what he does. So he does a couple different things. So he's got a lot of turn meter stuff. So he has a 55% chance to gain turn meter, 45% turn meter for himself. Remember, this is an old kit, and they didn't change anything but the Omicron, so they've got a lot of weird percentages. So you can dispel debuffs with him. And he has, when he uses it, he's a 25% chance to gain 40% turn meter. And then you've got Tactical Genius, which is kind of complicated, but essentially means everyone gets this cool thing. And once the thing goes away, which I wouldn't call him a Tactical Genius, he's like, it's a trap. And everyone's like, no stuff, no crap, dude. Like, obviously it's a trap. Like, you're just you're reacting emotionally. Everyone's like, ooh, tactical genius. But here's the thing. The fish is a tactical genius. So tactical genius ends whenever an ally uses it. So someone can use it. If he was really a genius, you find a way to let everyone use it, is all I'm saying. But you can do it. It's pretty neat. So everyone gets to use, like, go twice in a row. Like, he's all about that. He gains 100% turn meter when he does that. Alright, and then obviously my main account, well, maybe it's not obvious, but doesn't have it applied yet. But it's kind of nice to see, actually. So without it, everyone gains 25 speed. That's great. They get 10% tenacity, which is so laughable these days. It's like Eth Koth's leadership. You guys should go look at that. It's like, what would you say you do here? Anyways, in addition, whenever an ally uses an ability, they call a random rebel ally to attack, or to assist. But what this one does, guys, is at the start of battle, all allies gain tenacity up for 2 turns, which is actually very helpful. I'll show you guys that in a minute. If all allies are rebel, whenever the unally's buff expires, that ally gains 3% turn meter, which is confusing. It's like, does everyone gain the turn meter or not? It's like, it just seems really bad. Whenever an ally uses an ability that isn't an attack, all allies recover 5% health. Yay, so you get health regen. And instead of a random ally, the 2 other weakest allies are called to assist. The allies who have assisted, their cooldowns reduced by 1. So someone was telling me in my stream that this is actually, a lot of this stuff is not. So this says if all allies are rebel, the way it reads after you upgrade it, like, all these little semicolons like disappear for the most part. And what happens is it becomes, if all allies are rebels, then you do the turn meter thing, and then after that, then you can gain the health and everything, and you call 2 other weakest allies to assist. So you can put Watt in here, in fact, on this team, and his moves actually call to assist, is what they were saying. I don't know for sure. I didn't see that. I decided not to go that direction. But this is, at the very least, when you give this, at the very least, he gives everyone, it doesn't matter who, if he's with a bunch of Empire or Sith or Inquisitors, then everyone gains tenacity up, which is an important element. So how do you mod him? I'm not sure yet. Probably just make him pretty healthy, honestly. Or actually don't make, you want him to be hitting a lot, because here's the thing, if people are calling him to assist, then he's going to be reducing his cooldowns by 1, and that means he doesn't need to do basic. He's going to be gaining a lot of turn meter from his doing his basic. Well, you know, he's got a chance to gain it, but then he can just spam his 2 specials. If he can keep being called to assist, then he can just keep giving all these specials, and it's pretty nice. So, you know, and these specials then call other people to assist. It's a nice little recurring thing. So I'm going to show you 3 comps. One of them is me attacking a team, and the other 2 are going to be me. Like, I'll be attacking an Ackbar team, and then the other 2 we're going to be attacking using Ackbar Omicron. Whoa, we're in the video recap. All right, so first off, this one is like the very basic one. This is the one that you can see our gear levels are pretty different. We're gonna attack a non-Omicron Ewok team, but they're not super well modded. This is on Prevail Man, guys. So, you know, it's a fun account. It's 3.5 million facing a guy who's like 5 million GP. So the guy's got a lot better gear. But you have to realize also, my Ackbar team is just not super well geared or modded either. Everyone is like gear 9 except for Stormtrooper Han, who's gear 8, and Stormtrooper Han's a fun one to be in here because he gets to taunt a whole lot, as you guys will see. So why don't I'll show you guys this fight. You know, we go first because we get the plus 25 speed, which is nice actually. Like if you put Han there, you make him extra fat. Like it's just cool. So all right, Leia ducks and calls people to assist. Ackbar puts up Tactical Genius, calls people to assist. Han Solo taunts, calls people to assist. And then one of these, whenever Chopper taunts, then it calls people to assist. And Stormtrooper Han, if he's being called, is pretty nice because he gets to reduce those cooldowns on his stuff. So, all right, cool. Get to do a basic, and now Ackbar's been called a lot. So, you know, we just keep taking turns, and look at how many turns we're getting, guys. This is a lot of turn meter that, like, I didn't realize we'd be getting this much turn meter. And a lot of it's just because Ackbar himself is getting a lot, and then also Leia gets a ton. And you can see, I mean, we're not doing much damage, and these are just Ewoks. Then they're not particularly well modded. They're all modded for like health and protection, actually. So they're a little bit resilient, but I mean, for early game, if you have Ackbar, I mean, everyone's gear 9, and this is still just destroying people, kind of. I mean, it's poning Ewoks. We're not doing anything. We're not working miracles here exactly, but I mean, look at how many turns we're getting. This is against a team that has a ton of turn meter gain as well. Like, they're barely getting to go, folks, because the team just keeps going. We just keep assisting. We keep getting to go, and I mean, eventually able to just take them out. So, I mean, is this the very best example? I wouldn't say that this is a good, like, endgame example, right? Like, I'm not trying to be disingenuous by any stretch. So, let me show you guys the one that I'm working on for my mid-range account, the 6.4 million GP account, my Professor X account. And here's the problem, guys. So I grossly miscalculated. It was just total accident, but I was like, man, all I have are Jedi left, and I can't actually, if Vader goes, I'm done for. Like, these guys get so much turn meter gain. Look at how many. So Vader was already kind of fast. He's gaining 32 for him and Palp. He's gaining 8 speed for Thrawn, 8 speed for Mara, 8 speed for Talon. Talon gives him another 20 speed on top of that. And he was already kind of fast, so he's going to go super fast. Once he does his AoE, then he's going to take a turn, and he'll do his Merciless Massacre because it's under Palp lead, and then they'll gain enough turn meter that they'll get to go, and once Mara and Palpatine go, it's just a game over. Like, this is an extremely powerful team. Now, granted, they're not full stars or whatever. I mean, Talon and Mara need to be farmed up, but like, it's already a fast Vader, and then I'm also giving the Ackbar team or whoever, like the Ackbar and like Old Ben gives another 6, or it's not 16. Well, it is 16. It's 8 for Rebel, 8 for Jedi, and then Ackbar and Wiggs and Leia, they're all Relic, but they're all giving Vader another 8 each. So like we're turbo boosting Vader. The one awesome thing about this though, we can't use Jedi. Like I have Jedi Luke there, and he's just gonna get destroyed, just spit on by Mara Jade. But if we use Ackbar lead, we do have the Omicron. Remember, no Omicron on Leia. That's we don't have that yet. If we're going to get it, I don't know if we are. But if we use the Ackbar Omicron here, which we do, we all start with tenacity up. And so watch this. Watch this, guys. This is pretty cool, actually. Someone in my chat actually gave me the idea. They're like, oh yeah, like if you have the Ackbar Omicron. So check it out, guys. Look at all of our tenacity up. Vader gains all that turn meter if he applies any debuffs. What do you think happens though? Nothing, and now we get a turn. We get a turn, guys, and that tenacity up goes away eventually. But you know, all our guys are like Relic 3 because they're all unlocked characters except for Ackbar, who's Gear 11. But you know, we're facing a bunch of like Relic 7s because they're unlocked characters as well, and this is a guy who has 4 Galactic Legends to my 1. So I mean, it's not like gonna be beautiful. I was like, man, as long as we can take out Mara Jade though, that's the main thing, right? And I mean, as it turns out, you know, we're using Old Ben. He's not always available, but he's pretty regularly available actually. So I mean, so one thing to point out is Palp lead is melting the team slowly over time, even as we're not getting any damage on us. Okay, so poor old Ackbar succumbed, and so did Old Ben. But I mean, we've got some decent synergy here with Wiggs being able to gain turn meter and stuff. And that Relic Leia is, you know, she's actually doing damage. So was this great? No, it wasn't. But it was a like really crap situation. I was like kicking myself so hard because it was at the end of the match, and I'm like, I don't have enough to clear this guy. Like I can't beat this team. The only teams I have are Rebel teams and Jedi teams, and those are the ones that just get destroyed by this. Like I just couldn't do it. But this team saved me, guys, and they got a lot of turns, and they beat a way higher, stronger team than it. Now I'm going to show you guys one last example. This is my main account attacking. So we're using Star Killer. I was like, okay, this will be easy enough. We got Palp, we've got Mara. Like, we're way faster than these guys. I know the Han is... So the team above is, of course, just like so stupidly modded, or relicked and modded. Like, the guy I'm facing is one of the biggest accounts in the game. He's a very good player, and you guys will see the full recap probably tomorrow. What, you know, whatever the day after this that I release it. But like, he's got a really crazy account, and like he's got so many relic 8s, and like, oh man, it's crazy. Like, way outnumbers us. But I'm like, okay, we got Palpatine, and we've got Mara, and they are both, you know, they're high relic, and you know, we got Barriss. Like, he's not going to stop us. Hopefully we can use the Star Destroyer to kill the whole team, and we get all of our banners back. But you know, Han and Chewie, and then Cara Dune, of course, and you know, 3PO and Ackbar. So you can't use Nest here. I've used Nest to take out some Ackbar teams, but this is a very impressive team, guys. I took Barriss. I'm like, okay, they're gonna do a lot of damage, but Barriss will heal me. Like, we'll be safe. We'll be okay. So check it out, guys. They start by shooting Visas Mar, but you know, Barriss keeps her mostly healthy, and then you know, Mara cracks in. She's super fast right now. She's what, 430 speed, something like that. 425. I don't remember. But all right, we don't want to use our basic now, or our special rather. Okay, so Kara's doing her thing. Great. And Visas is doing her thing, which namely is dying. She just got taken out. Relic 5 Visas, modded well, just gone. And I haven't done anything to these guys. It's pretty scary, guys. So Mara calls Palp to assist. Palp assists as well. And yeah, guys, this is crazy. Look at Starkiller. He's exposed. He's got tenacity down. What should we do here? Certainly don't know. I guess we try to kill Cara Dune because she's finally available for death. Otherwise, okay. So, what? We're only at 44 stacks right now with him. Remember, Han is guarded, and for some reason I thought I could dispel the stacks of translation. That's fine, but you guys will have to see the whole episode. Actually, this is very interesting. So I know I can't stun him. I know I can't stun them, but you know what, Ackbar. But you know, I'm trying to do some things. You guys should see the whole episode though, because there's a really cool Leia Omicron team as well that they use to good effect, like Relic 8 Leia. So all right, we win this, right? But they punched us hard, man. Like, who would have thought that this team could do this much damage and put it like Starkiller was kind of close. He was like on the brink, guys. Let's try to get some banners back. Try to find a way to get his Star Destroyer to heal everyone, but instead we dropped 7 banners against this team. So very impressive stuff, and yeah, it's a very impressive thing, folks. I'm impressed. So let's not judge the Ackbar Omicron too harshly. It's much better than we think. Is it going to be the very best? I don't know. Should you get it before Zam? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure not. But should you consider working on it? I think so. Like, I used it on all 3 accounts. Well, I couldn't use it on my main, but I fought it on my main, and it took me all the way down. Close to the edge, guys. Dropping 7 banners, it's pretty good. Granted, he put a lot of relics on it, and a lot of investment. That whole team is half of a Commander Luke team, but he managed to turn a Commander Luke team into 2 very viable teams, one of them with Leia Omicron as well. So stay tuned for that episode. It'll be pretty soon. But as for all of us, guys, I'm going to call it good. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Xeris prevails. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Help me mount the algorithm. Give a thumbs up. Hit the sub button if you haven't already, etc. Guys, goodbye.